I feel like there's only one way to start today, and that is with one of my favorite holiday songs. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we have no place to go, ooh, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. You know, we've spent this whole year together really tackling some tough issues, some tough topics, and navigating a very interesting year together. But today, we wanted to just spend some time celebrating with you and coming together as our GSBA and growing international family to just be together. And so we've put together an amazing panel for this first GSBA and Lindsey holiday special. We have some great gift ideas. We have some great party ideas. We have one of my favorite people here to get us laughing. And we're going to close it out with a really yummy drink. So get comfortable. Go ahead, pop those slippers on, put your feet up, and let's spend some time by the fire together. So first up, I have back on the virtual couch, my dear friend, comedian Silas, who is the podcast host for Black and a Half, who has had a big year in terms of navigating all the changes from performing live up and down the coast to now performing basically for his 3 children. Silas, how has your year been? What are you taking into the holiday season?
Parody Songs. Parody Songs is helping me. And I was like, what? The COVID outside is frightful. I don't know. You got no place to go, right? It's like,
you really have no place to go.
That song hit home. You know what? It's great. It's great that spending so much time with their children that it's like for the holidays, I'm like, can we go somewhere? Like usually you want to stay home with the family, right? But I'm like, that's every day. So I don't know. I might go outside to the backyard for the holidays. Make it different. I do. You know what? I like that everybody is so decorated. Everybody's decorating their houses outside. It's fantastic. We went on a Christmas light because that's what you do now on a Friday night. You drive around and don't get out anywhere. You just drive around the neighborhood looking at lights. It looks like everyone's scoping out each other's house, you know. But there's way more than there's ever been. So everyone's like putting all the money into like, well, might as well decorate the house because you can't do anything. And
I have officially this year felt guilty for the lack of pizzazz that I put into my lights. I've like now drawn out what next year's going to look like, but I got a budget for it over 2021.
Yeah. Well, you know, also, you can't even like you're going to have to hit yard sales a lot next year because nobody's been able to do yard sales. Right? So you can get a lot of decor because everyone's going to be trying to sell everything next summer because they've have a year's worth of hoarding that they need to
all the things that you needed during COVID, right? Yes. I needed that trampoline now.
And now you're like, you know what? Not the best choice when I have an apartment. So I'll
yes. Or there's me who was like, I'm going to buy 50 books about finishing my book in 3 months. That didn't happen.
Well, yeah. Who's going to finish a book when your family's there? Oh, like people think like, okay, you know, like AMC theater is like nosediving right now. Like all these movie theaters are panicking on what's going to happen. But like, it is literally, this is a game of chicken. It's a stamina race. People have been saying since DVDs came out that movie theaters were going to die, right? And now people are starting to stream everything, right? They're even streaming new releases. The second people can go back out to movies, they are going to be packed more than they ever have before, because people are realizing their sound bar that they bought to give an in-home experience is not exactly the same as going to see Star Wars in 3D. Like, I think movie theaters are going to go crazy when everything's released. Like, people are going to be apt next year. You're going to be visiting every holiday party where you invited everybody, because nobody would come because they'd stay home with their family probably. You're going to be swamped. Like, people are going to hit 4 or 5 Christmas parties because they're like, we don't know when it'll happen again, right?
Exactly. Just so excited to get out of the house. I mean, and speaking of, you managed somehow this year to still win an award for the 48-hour film festival.
You know what? I won a nomination. We won a nomination for the first time. They've never done nominations before, but they did this year. So we got a nomination for our lead actor, got a nomination for Best Actor, Samantha Runn, my co-host for Black and a Half. Yeah, we did do a socially distanced film. So a short film for it was about 7 minutes long, and did that at my house because you can't go anywhere. So we did in my backyard. Wouldn't let anyone in the house. They had but yeah, we shot a short film, and they did it virtually. And I would do it again, but like, it's not the same as watching the movies. We do these on a weekend and then watch them in a theater with other people. And I still have no idea if anybody likes the movie, really, like, because I couldn't hear anybody react to it. So it's just something that's missing. And I think now that people can't go to the movies or things at all, they're gonna go nuts next year. I'm gonna attend every event that I can, because
everything.
I always tell people think I hate camping because I won't go, and it's not just a Black thing. Like, that's not. When I was going into 3rd grade, right, 3rd or 4th grade, I moved into a log cabin on Mount Lassen in California. It had no indoor plumbing, and the electricity was from a generator. So for about a solid year until they got it all done. So I don't tell people that it's not that I don't like camping, it's that I camped for a whole year, and so I'm done. I've done all my time. So yeah. And so everyone's done all their time at home that they are required to.
So now nobody wants to be at home ever again.
They won't. No, they won't. They won't be like, oh, maybe we should just do it at home this year. Just us? Like, no, I've had just you. You're not enough. Let's be honest.
Well, you've been navigating, the 3 kids at home, your darling wife. What have you learned about being a parent during this time?
Oh gosh, there are, I think I've really learned to appreciate how much they do look up to you, no matter how little you're doing with your life, right? They just worship you. They just think that you're great and tell you they can bring such joy to you all day, right? And that's having them home all the time. It shows that. It's also nice to be like, I have a son who's almost 3, and he's never gone to daycare. So he has no friends. So I'm just happy that he's growing up to be so much like me. You know, it's just,
I won't take that personally as one of your friends. Yeah.
You're one of my yes. No, the kids are really loving, and they'll show it, and also that they're tenacious, you know, because they just accept everything as it is. They trust you that you're telling them the right thing, and my 5-year-old is very. She gets it. She gets now what's going on, because when the 2-year-old takes his mask off outside somewhere, she'll yell at him and say, "No, Finn, you're gonna get COVID. Don't do that." So she's bossy already. It's great.
Yeah. Yes. Also like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my 6-year-old asked me the other day, "Mommy, why are moms so great?" And in that moment, I felt like I need to walk away from your life completely now, because I peaked and I don't actually want to go backwards. I feel like I should make sure that I don't mess up this view that you have right now.
Wait, how old?
Taylor, so my 6-year-old.
6-year-old? Okay. So that's a good age. That's a good age.
Yes.
Last night, my daughter, the 5-year-old, told her mom, she said, "I want to say goodnight to Daddy. I don't love you. I just love him." Because 5 is when they start learning how to like get you, right?
Oh yeah.
They start learning, like, they don't know what the line is yet on what to do. But
absolutely.
But it's not, you know, because it's not true, because the second her mom's home for the weekend, like, she is with her. She is her shadow from beginning to end, but they don't know how to cope with anything. So I'm like, well, because they can't drink yet. So
well, not anymore, because after you can put it in the bottle, then it's illegal.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, your lovely wife is an essential worker. And so how has she been navigating this time?
Well, you know, fortunately, her department, she works in oncology. So the patients that they deal with never have an immune system anyway. They're destroying them on purpose to save their life. So they've always been very careful about spreading anything there. So yeah, she's been wrapped up. She has not seen anyone else's face in the office in, 9 months. So she doesn't, they have some new coworkers. She doesn't even know what they look like. And they've been there a month. They're just these masked bandits. She's doing well. We've got a good routine that makes us all feel safe. They're not gonna, she is an essential worker, but I would not say she's quite not frontline. It's like frontline support, because the patients coming in shouldn't have any, they shouldn't be around people anyway for their safety as it is. So, she's had a couple COVID patients have come in, and they've been pretty lucky so far, but but it is just stressful for folks who have to go out every day, regardless. Regardless, she has to be there, both to help take care of the family, financially, and to help, take care of other people. She's got to go. There's no, chemotherapy is not an elective thing. Nobody wants to do it, and their patients would literally die if they didn't get treatment. So they're not closing ever. But so she gets up, and I think she's she's like one of the bravest people I know, because she gets right there and goes to a hospital every 5 days a week. That's just crazy to me. Like, I don't even like to go when I'm, when everyone's healthy. I'm afraid of going. So she does it every day. So she's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then she has to come home and be mommy. And they don't care. They don't care what she's done all day.
Yeah. Well, please send her our love and thanks for the work that she is doing. To your point, it took me a week or two of begging just to get you to show up with, day clothes to be here today. So thank her for the work that she's doing every day on the front lines, and wishing you and yours a holiday season. The kids and I will drop a bag. We'll throw it at your front door, your holiday present, and then we'll run.
Oh,
so look for a nice bang at your door. That's us dropping off the cookies that I managed to not burn.
Right. Awesome. I look forward to that.
Yeah. Happy holidays, my friend. Thanks for being here.
You too.
Oh, so good just to have a laugh. And I remind you all that if you want a really great laugh this holiday season, please tune in to the Black and a Half podcast. They are going to have their own holiday special coming up next week. So be sure to check that out. Now we're going to be joined by someone you may know quite well, which is the Mark Rosen, who is going to come on and tell us about some great holiday party ideas. Welcome, the Mark Rosen, which I think I will always refer to you as. How are you?
Good. It's great to be here, though. I have to say, I just want Silas to stay on the whole time, because that provided some much-needed humor and chuckles and some great heart as well.
Absolutely. You can understand why of all the times that he makes that reminder that he has no friends, that I still try to be cool enough to be his friend. Well, what are some great ideas? We're all trying to navigate how do we do virtual when we may have a desire to still be amongst loved ones that we haven't seen all this year. What ideas do you have for us, C. Mark?
Yeah, so I think, the thing to me is that right now what we're facing is that the challenge is that we can only be virtual for the most part, unless you have a pandemic pod. And since everybody's been on so many virtual platforms, like, whether it's the kids on school and they're helping them with that, or meetings with colleagues or whatever, by the time you say you want to have a party, it's a challenge to get people to come on and be excited about it. I think when the pandemic started, we were all like, oh, sure, a happy hour on Friday at 3:30 sounds great. And then after a few weeks, we're like, I can't take it. So I always try to think about, for any of our virtual events for GSBA or any of my personal things, is like, what's the story? What's the reason that I want to get people to join me for something? And then add elements that keep it exciting. So you are like masterful at that. You started the program today with a little song, and then we brought in Silas for some great humor, but also some heart to hear about his wife and the work she does. And so I think that's important. It's like, just to say, let's all meet for a drink. It's like, well, I'm drinking anyway, like, why do I have to bother that? Isn't it like, 2 o'clock or whatever time we start happy hour now? It's like, do I have to get out and talk to you too? Is it going to be depressing? So I always think, like, what can make something sort of fun? Is there any kind of fun thing that we decorated the house with? Like, you've got your tree behind you, that's like nice. It gives something like a little visually appealing. Give people a chance to share what they're feeling, but have some humor with it too. We all have our friends right now who are having such a struggle and such a hard time that if we can interject a little appropriate humor or something that just makes them giggle, that's sort of unexpected, then we're kind of helping everybody experience the virtual sort of world. So like, I like to throw a little happy hat on, you know, where they're not expecting it, you know, or have a cocktail handy, or share an idea that you've done. We didn't do a lot of decorating in the house, but we threw it all outside, which I think is, you know, what everybody has done this year. And even, oh, see, I love it. That, you know, just that, something that adds like some levity. I think it helps. Even if you're talking about something sort of serious, you know, it's like, what can we do to break that tension and keep people like not getting bored, or like, now I just want to go take a nap or something. So, you know, what are the ways that kind of bring some sparkle? And so Silas was saying, you know, I think you mentioned as well, that people are decorating more. I went to one of our local big box, you know, hardware stores yesterday thinking, just need a couple more coils of lights to put outside. Sold out, 100%. I've never been into one of these big box stores that had no lights left. Wow. And then I was driving home and it was dark, and I thought, well, this is why. People, like I said, people are stuck home, so they're decorating. And if it is the one way that we feel safe to gather a few people in person, you know, have them come over in the backyard, you know, sit down so they can pick up their own cup of some nice hot toddy and visit for a couple minutes until we're all freezing our buns off, and we've got some lights to, you know, make it feel festive, then I think that's a nice way to sort of still feel some limited connection in person. You know, in the summer, we were all pretty lucky, and the numbers were trending down, and the weather was great, and so you could sit, you know, outside across your patio, you know, 12 feet away or whatever, and you know, everybody had a glass of something, and then the weather gets bad, and you know, we can't do it so much. So I think just thinking of ways that you can somehow engage, whether it's virtual, of having, you know, some fun elements, some heart elements, maybe a little music, you know, a cocktail recipe, or show off how ridiculous the cookies turned out, or whatever it is. I keep it where it's sort of light, but you get a chance to connect with those people who you haven't seen in person and that we're all longing to see.
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness, I just love that. I mean, from the hats to everything. Mark, my question is it so in hearing that, I sometimes wonder if people are asking themselves, is it okay to still find joy? If I feel joy, if I experience moments of peacefulness, am I somehow being a bad person by not focusing on the grief and the sorrow that many families are experiencing because they have lost someone to COVID? Am I allowed to feel both emotions?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I mean, to me, it's wrapped up in, is it okay to still feel hope? And, you know, I had the chance to see a show a couple nights ago where they were interviewing Barack Obama. And, you know, to talk about like the champion of hope that we've had for so long, that, you know, even in the dark times of the last administration, that, you know, there was always like some voices out there that were hope. And so I think if you can have hope, you can still have joy. And I think that that is okay. It's measured. You know, we know that so many people are suffering and will probably continue to suffer, and we're facing, you know, the cold, dark winter, and not everyone will have a vaccination yet. And so there's plenty to keep us down. But I think it's totally okay. And I think it's necessary for the human spirit to always have hope. It's the message that GSBA and our scholarship fund always brings forward and always tries to tell that story, that, you know, our students who have been marginalized and disenfranchised and kicked out of their homes and everything, like, they have hope and they accomplish amazing things. And what can we do? What joy can we derive by helping them, because it helps us? So I think it comes down to, what is joy? For me, it's always the joy and the ultimate gift you give yourself when you give something nice to someone else. So even if it's the gift of laughter, the gift of something, homemade, or the gift of some of your time, and your ear, like to really listen to, the struggle that they're having, and then get them to crack a smile about something. That gives me so much joy and pleasure. So yeah, absolutely. There's got to always be room for hope and joy, and a light at the end of the tunnel, a twinkle in a dark room that keeps us going.
I just love that. Thank you. Thank you so much for that reminder. And I think you are going to have a nice little pod around you this holiday season, are you?
Yeah, I'm very lucky in that I have two husbands. So we're a long time throuple, which I love to share with people, that we're 26 years together. And the best thing about that is I never take the garbage out and I don't empty the dishwasher, but I do all the cooking. And so, we've had our own little pod here, and, I'm thankful that I have, lifelong companions with me. So we lend each other the support. We won't be, doing the entertaining that we normally do. I love to host parties at my house, and usually on the holidays there's, from 30 to 60 people coming for something. And I love to do that. And so we won't be doing that, but we will be doing some virtual, cheers with various friends and family. And so I'm looking forward to that, but I'm more so looking forward to next year when we can, do the in-person thing as well.
Oh, that just sounds so yummy and cozy this year, and I will be looking for an invite next year. So just waiting patiently. Mr. Mark Rosen, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all the ways that GSBA is spreading holiday hope and cheer this holiday season and every day, really. So I know I'm going to take some of those ideas into my planning. Like I said, I have a birthday, and I was thinking about doing a little virtual thing, and so I'm getting some new ideas just in listening to you speak. So thank you so much for being here today and giving us your time. Oh.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Stay tuned, because we are going to get into, now that we know how to have a great holiday party, and now what are you going to give at your holiday party? So check out this video that we did with the Pike Place Market. Did you know that Pike Place Market was still open? Tons of great gift ideas here. Check this out.
Hello, I'm here with Madison, Senior Public Relations and Program Specialist at Pike Place Market, and we are about to go on a tour to find the best holiday gift ideas you've ever seen right here in our very own Seattle. Madison, what are we doing? Where are we going? Tell us.
We are going to explore the full 9 acres of the market. We're going to hit the craft market. We're going to do some grocery shopping, explore the down under, eat some food.
We gotta go eat. I gotta go.
Feel like them for the alcohol, like you say.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, or espresso, as I say. So, they're good little items, I think. So something like that would be great.
Okay. And so I can make my holiday shots in here?
Certainly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Just making sure that you all know I will be putting shots in this holiday season. So Aaron, everything here you've made yourself?
That's correct. Yes.
Wow.
And all by hand. I don't use any sort of molds when I make my things. It's all made with my fingers and my mind. So whatever I can come up with. I love to paint and draw, so that's why a lot of the cups and other things are decorated heavily with drawings and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a great canvas for me to draw on, and it makes it's a functional item, so people can enjoy looking at the art while they're using it.
This is our small hot honey variety box, starting with our local raw wildflower honey. It's infused with cayenne pepper and smoked paprika. It's got a nice little kick to it. And then 2019 Ross Crossbred, a Carolina Reaper with a red Jamaican Scotch bonnet. He's calling that the Rude Boy pepper, and that's what he added to our original recipe to get that super hot honey flavor. And then he actually took the super hot honey recipe, added our traditional jerk seasoning to get the jerk hot honey. And then our chocolate hot honey is actually going to be chocolate habanero and chocolate Scotch bonnet with just a little bit of cocoa powder. And last but not least is our pumpkin spice hot honey. It's got habaneros in it and our traditional pumpkin spice seasoning as well.
First of all, just every Grogu in here, can you just put in a bag, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap those up.
We'll start ringing them up as soon as we're
Thank
done
you.
here. You see, look, there's one right here.
Oh my goodness, you know me so well. Is this the #1 thing everybody's buying this year?
Definitely one of them. We have a life-size version. We have cardboard versions. We have piggy banks. We have smaller action figures. We have a lot of baby Grogu.
Oh my goodness! And what are some of your other favorite holiday items?
Games are really popular this year. Especially with everyone having to stay home and not going out as much, games are really popular, and also books.
Yeah. Madison was actually saying you even have the scripts from some of the main...
We do.
Yeah, tell us about that.
We have some scripts from some of the popular movies, some television series for some of the studios that allow that to be out there, yeah.
That's really cool.
Good for your movie buffs.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, can we take a little walk around?
Yeah.
And just take a peek at some of the, I mean, again, wrap that up. Wrap that up.
So we're doing take and bake frozen entrees. We call it Take Me Home. So we're doing lasagnas, sauces. We also have some pastas over here. So it's kind of a way that we've...
Am I going to white this? I don't...
Huh?
Am I doing that right?
Oh, no, you're nailing it.
No.
Nailing it.
Oh, okay.
Boom.
Okay, yeah.
This is kind of our hybrid model to make it through the tough time that it's been this year.
So I can order, come in, pick it up, pop it in my bag, feed my family tonight.
Super easy.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love that. And Madison always says that I can also change, like from the ocean, from the farm, from the garden.
Yeah, so that's like our hot meal, which we're still doing. So this is kind of the new stuff. This is kind of the old stuff up there. We're doing our hot pastas like we've always done.
What has kept you going? What has kept you motivated this year?
The locals, you know, the community, the market. So.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, look at you being motivating this year. Good job. Can we ring this up? Let's, you know, I got people to feed at home.
And now I'd like to welcome Madison, who I was walking around the markets with. Madison, thank you for giving us a little bit more of your time today. I had such a great time going around the market. I was, one, surprised to realize how many vendors were still there operating. And two, if I hadn't gone around with you, I would never have discovered all of the labyrinths winding around beneath the market that I've just never seen before. How is it that the vendors are managing through this time?
Hi there. Yeah, so I mean, the market is open. We're fully open. The majority of our vendors are still selling, which is fantastic. Like you were saying, I think people sometimes don't realize that Pike Place Market is 9 acres, and we have 3 floors below the main arcade. We have beautiful artists on Western Ave. We have outdoor dining on First Ave. So it really does extend But I think kind of going back to what Nathan said, that we are really motivated by our locals this year without having, you know, the cruise ship and the tourists, the market. It's different this year, but it really has been a chance for the locals to kind of rediscover their market. We don't have the traditional crowds right now. So it's like, this is where you can do your grocery shopping. We've never closed down. We've always had our essential businesses open, and, you know, our crafters and farmers have been able to come back for a while. And during the holiday season, they can be open every day. So I was there last Saturday, and it kind of felt like a summer day. Like, it was, you know, it was lively, it was energetic, and people were saying that they had a really amazing day. So that was awesome to hear.
Yeah, and you are taking every precaution in terms of safety for both the vendors and for those walking around the market. It was really quite impressive to see all of the ways that that safety for everyone was being taken into account.
Yeah. I mean, safety has been a huge thing for us. On our website, we have a list of, you know, all the ongoing things we're continuing to do, but we have, you know, signs everywhere. We've added 3 new hand washing stations. We've also created, it's called the Safe Shopper Pledge. So before you come to the market, we recommend and we encourage people to go take the Safe Shopper Pledge. And it just goes through and talks about, you know, I promise to do this when I shop the market, because we want everyone to be safe. We also want our small businesses to be safe. We also have sprayed this put this antimicrobial film on surfaces that is supposed to not let the virus transfer, or it kills it right away. So all this really high tech stuff that I won't be able to explain perfectly, but
yeah. You know, while we were there, we walked around the farmers market. You know, we went and I got to see a live magic show at one of the shops. What are some of the favorite, you know, gift ideas that are coming up for you? I was able to get a Grogu to give as a gift, a shot glass to give as a gift. What else?
Yeah, so I am quite spoiled working at the market. I feel like every time I go out to go just buy lunch, I always have all my money with me so that I always just end up shopping a bunch of things. Some of my coworkers are like that too. Like, we go out and every day we leave with more goodies because it's so easy. And I feel like you and I, you know, we just scratched the surface of all the things that you can do and buy at the market. Some of my favorite things that I have got this year, this is very timely, but Sunny Honey, which is right, if you go under the clock and sign to the left, they make raw honey products, but they also create a hand sanitizer this year that smells like citrus and lavender. It smells so good. I just smell it, like I just have it any time. And I got a bunch of those as stocking stuffers because you can't ever have enough hand sanitizer now. So that's been really fun. And they've also they have like little chapsticks and just honey-based products. They're amazing. I also feel like this year I've been really focused on self-care. So Valley Organics down towards the North Arcade, right in part of the craft area, they do like little gift packs of, you know, spa products. So you can have your at-home spa since we can't really go out to them. So if there's someone on your list that needs a little bit more relaxation, maybe a parent or a teacher, this is like a really nice gift to get them. And it's all organic and it smells amazing. It's beautiful. Since we're in Seattle and the rain has started to come, I've been wearing my rain boots a lot more often. And one of our crafters with the rain makes these boot inserts. They're fleece and they have a bunch of really cute patterns, and they just fold over the top of your boot. So they keep you warm and they also look really cute. She's part of the craft line, so she'll be down in the arcade. And then the most dangerous thing to buy are at the confectional. They have these mini cheesecakes that you buy them right away, so they're never in your home and you can eat them, but they're just like these tiny little bite-sized cheesecakes that are perfect for giving people and snacking on yourself.
Yeah. And so, you know, for people who are just unable to get out to the market, what are ways that they can shop online?
Yeah, so I mean, of course, we'd love for people to come down to the market, but if you're not able to, the Pike Place Market Foundation started it's called the Charitable Marketplace. And on this site, you can go, it's just one site, and you can shop all of your favorite businesses or crafters. It's called charitablemarketplace.org. You can also find information on the Pike Place Market Foundation's page. And not only can you shop online and see everything there, but a portion of whatever you buy automatically goes to our Small Business Recovery Fund. This fund was started during the pandemic, and it's just there to support all of our small businesses during this very challenging year.
Yeah, yeah. And we heard from a lot of the vendors that although they were managing to stay afloat this year, that the fund really was a big part of that, that without that, it would have been even more rocky. And so just really encouraging everybody to check that out, thinking about ways that you can spend your money differently this holiday season. Madison, are there any events coming up that the market is putting on? Anything that we might be able to get involved with while we're sitting at home?
Yeah, so I mean, I think everyone has had to adapt this year. All of our vendors have, and so have we on the back end. So typically we're doing events every year. We have our annual Magic in the Market where we light up the market and everything, but obviously we've had to pivot a little this year, but we have 3 virtual events that people can enjoy. So since typically we have Santa come to the market, this year Santa will be doing a reading of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. We filmed it on the market, and that premieres December 19th on our Facebook. It's really, really wonderful. It's a great way to get into the holiday spirit with the fam. And it premieres on the 19th, but it'll live up on our social, so you can always tune into that. For some more gift giving ideas, we started a new segment called Handmade and Homegrown, and that is on our Instagram. So you can go into there, and it's a really, really cool segment. So it's kind of a virtual way to meet the producer, which is, has been a big part of the market, is that you can come down, you can meet the producer, you can see how they're making their products, and you can buy it right there. But this is a way you can't come down, you can still meet the producer, see how they make their products, what inspires them. We feature about 4 to 5 vendors on each of the videos, and shop them if you want to shop them online or at the market. It's really cool. And then the last event is, I think sometimes, we think about the farmers, the crafters, the retail shops, but a huge group that comes to the market is our buskers. We have hundreds of buskers that are permitted, and right now with the no live music, they haven't been able to perform at the market. So we're all kind of missing that, that market sound that we love. So we created, it's called Lunchtime Holiday Tunes with Market Buskers. And so on Wednesdays in December, they've been able to perform for an hour on safe, social distancing on our pavilion. And it's just a really fun hour where they're all posted on there. So you can always tune in and just rejuvenate with the market, take a break from working from home, or just have it in the background. And they're playing just holiday music right now live. And during those, we're also revealing some of our market characters. One of our artists, Greg Anderson, creates these large scale cutouts of holiday characters. And so at each one of those, we reveal a new one with our market mascot, Crafty. They're really fun. So I recommend everyone check those out on our Facebook.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And I think everybody knows about my ongoing commitment to the arts. So that is just a really great reminder of how artists have really struggled this year to perform and to share their gifts and talents. So please check out one, if not all, of these events and really think about supporting our small businesses and Pike Place Market. Madison, thank you so much for taking me shopping, for social distancing lunch, for everything that you did for us here at the GSBA today. And we will be sure to support Pike Place Market this holiday season. So good to see you. Well, all righty. I'm not going to say it's what you've all been waiting for, but I know you've all been waiting to find out what we're drinking this holiday season, we have Jennifer and I think somebody who is supporting Jennifer. So please shout out that name whenever you're ready. But I'm going to ask you all to come off of mute, I think, or maybe our team in the background can support you to come off of mute so that we can hear you.
Hello.
There.
Hi.
Now we can hear. I was going to say, that doesn't sound like a bar. Way too quiet in the background there.
Way too quiet. Well, it is a little early. So thank you so much for having us. We're thrilled to be with you. And we just wanted to show you a great holiday cocktail that would be great for all of your virtual events for 1 or for 20. But it features a couple of our products. If you're not familiar with us, we're a Heritage Distilling Company. I manage the Ballard location. This is Caroline. She is our Seattle events coordinator. And we are a craft distillery based out of Gig Harbor. We are majority women owned and operated. And we too have had a very challenging year being a small business, but we're still here and we are having great community response, and thank you for allowing us to be here. So a couple of things that I wanted to show that are great for gifts this year are our 10-pack collections, 10 little airplane minis. Oh yeah. Yes. And we have a couple. We have our barrel collection for those who love the brown spirits, the bourbons, our BSB, brown sugar bourbon, famous brown sugar bourbon is in here, along with a couple of other bourbons and ryes. Retails for $34.99. And then we also have a house collection for those who like the vodkas and the gins and those goodies, which is what our cocktail is going to be coming out of today. And these are in the store for $29.99. So great stocking stuffers for yourself or anyone else you might know. We all need a drink right now. So Caroline is going to make a lavender gimlet. So this uses our lavender vodka and also our lavender gin. We know that Seattle is a big gin town. We sell probably more gin than anything else. So I will let Caroline make a great holiday cocktail for you.
Hello. Okay. So I'm going to show you how I usually do it. I like to start out with, we use Raft simple syrup. And because it's a more viscous, I like to start with that first, so the spirit will fully clean that out of my jigger later. So I'm gonna do 3/4 ounce of that into my pint glass. Tell it's pretty thick because it's taking a while. Okay, and then I have some fresh lime juice pre-poured, so you don't have to witness me squeezing anything. We're gonna do that. And then this is not necessary, but I like adding it. We like to use bitter housewife here. I'm gonna just do a couple dashes of the lime coriander bitters just to get that extra tartness. And then we'll take our Elk Rider gin, which is super, we call it our crisp gin sometimes. It's very juniper forward. It's probably one of our most popular products. We'll do we'll do an ounce of that, or about 3/4. And then we'll go with the lavender vodka, which is probably one of our most popular products. And we'll do another 3/4 of that. So you're kind of getting a good color there. And then we'll just add some ice. Be liberal with the ice. You want it nice and cold. Now I'm going to make a lot of noise, so I apologize if it's a little early for this.
There's a sound. I'm not afraid of.
It's like frozen kind of on my hand out there. And then I will take my cocktail glass. I'll take my hawthorn strainer and put it over the top. But I'm going to double straight it so it gets all those little bits of ice out so it's nice and smooth. And you can garnish it with a lime wedge or a little lime peel if you'd like. And there's your lavender gimlet.
Now, I'm not as classy as you, so I made mine in a coffee cup, but are we going to have a sip together, a little holiday drink?
I'll sip with you. Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers, everybody. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Could probably use a coffee too.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
It's pretty
And
good.
attest to the drinkability of that. Yes. And the lavender is such an interesting flavor, just something I don't normally think of putting in a cocktail, but it really just provides such a wonderful, and that is this one here, right? I can come and actually pick that up at the distillery.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. And so what if I'm sitting around and I'm going, I want to have, you know, some great drinks this holiday season. I want to do something special, but I'm really nervous and scared. What are some of your simple, easy, nobody can mess these up drink ideas?
Any kind of mules, when customers usually come in looking for something, whether it's a classic mule with vodka and ginger beer and a little lime juice, or our pomegranate vodka goes really well in a mule with that lime and the ginger beer. An old fashioned, lately we've been selling a lot of old fashioned kind of kits where they buy the bitters, the cherries, and then the bourbon or the rye. What else?
I like a hot drink in the wintertime. So we have several things. Our brown sugar bourbon is excellent in either coffee or hot chocolate or eggnog even. I also really like our vanilla vodka or our sweet ghost pepper vodka in a hot chocolate for something a little different. We also have cocktails to go right in our cooler, which is all the work is done for you for 15 bucks. There's 2 cocktails in there and you can just take them home and pour them into the vessel of your choice. We have everything from peachy bourbon to greyhounds to gimlets. So that's another option if you are a little nervous. But also, we are so happy to help anyone. If you come in, we've got some amazingly talented bartenders. And also, heritagedistilling.com has a wealth of recipes and ideas that you can do as well. So, but sometimes the best drinks are the simplest. Most of our flavored vodkas, just with lemonade, are fantastic. So it doesn't have to be hard to be fantastic.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I also think from now on, I would like to be known as brown sugar bourbon. So just
consider it done.
Just that word. That will be my new nickname. Hey, have you seen brown sugar bourbon at all? So just to be clear, what I'm hearing is that I can still this holiday season come down to Heritage, get some great gift ideas, get some great party holiday drink ideas, and that you are open even though I may not be able to sit in store and have a drink.
Absolutely. In fact, we have a little tent set up outside. If you did want to have a drink, you could have a drink in our heated tent out on the patio. But we are absolutely open for bottle sales and ideas. We have a couple of spots. We're right on Northwest Market in 20th, which can be really tough for parking. But we have a couple of spots set up with the city for just pickup that are always open. So quick, no hassle with parking. Come on in, get what you need. You can call ahead. And we are here to serve you all the way up until 5 o'clock on Christmas Eve.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much to both of you for taking time out of your busy Thursday morning to start us off drinking, as Mark Rosen offered. We know that it's 5 o'clock all the time from now on. So,
in 2020, it sure is.
Exactly. And reminding us that a great drink doesn't always need to have alcohol in it. You can definitely make some great drinks, and Jennifer has given great ideas of how you could take a drink that does have alcohol in it and make it into a virgin cocktail. So it's something to think about too. Make sure you're meeting your needs and your health needs. Everybody at Heritage, Mark Rosen, Silas Lindenstein, Madison Bristol, thank you all so much for being here. And because, you know, it's the holiday season, I'm going to totally put you all on the spot. I think we should just finish this segment singing Jingle Bells to everybody, because Mark said that, you know, surprises are the best way. So, you know, let's take them out. I feel like Diana Ross's Christmas special. Come on off of mute. Do we all know? Oh, yes. And this one can join us for Jingle Bells. Alrighty, here's our key. Ding, and jingle bells, jingle bells,
jingle bells, jingle all the way.
about this. Happy holidays, everybody, from our house. Mwah.
Bye.